T3, take 4.
Good morning, Giuseppe.
Good morning, sir.
What are you reading? No, wait, let me guess. But when the king came in to see the guests, he noticed a man there who was not wearing any wedding clothes. "Friend," he said, "where are your wedding clothes?" Then the king had the man tied, hand and foot, and thrown out into the darkness where there was weeping and gnashing of teeth.
For many are invited, but few are chosen.
So I am correct.
The tricks are not amusing. Besides, that's not what I'm reading.
Really? I must be getting rusty. It's been decades since I've been out in the field digging up the past. Do you enjoy your work as a digger?
I'm not sure I understand, sir.
You know full well what it means, Giuseppe.
But I've only just begun my investigation. My 28 days are not up.
Investigation? Is that why you think the employer has summoned you here? The digger on this tag has already given the order. I knew you wouldn't get the point unless it was hand-delivered.
Who?
Never mind who. Just know that it's somebody close.
Then I've been demoted.
Don't think of it as a demotion. Think of it as an opportunity to brush up on your people skills.
Haven't I tagged enough for you?
For me? It's not for me, Giuseppe. It's for the business. It's for the order.
There has to be another way.
What other way? Sean Steen ruined the reputation of one of our brothers. You took an oath. To violate that oath is unforgivable.
Everything is forgivable.
What?
He'd be a great asset to us. Why does he have to die? Why can't we use him as we use Peter Cardone?
These people are not your friends. You are not one of them. What difference does it make to you whether he lives or dies? He's a tag who's going to get what's coming to him.
We're all tags, sir. Me, you. Doesn't make a difference. I don't think I can continue with this evil.
So you're gonna stay asleep? Like these time dwellers? What, because I'm evil? What is that? That's a word invented for bedtime stories. Don't let these people put you to sleep, Giuseppe, with their slippery spells and clever cliches. Evil. Even they don't understand the word. If they kill one of their own on domestic soil, even a rapist or a pedophile, it's still murder. But if they kill one of their own in battle, just because of some invisible boundary that exists on someone's map, then it's noble.
But you ask me to kill again, without reason, simply because I'm told.
And do you think when you gave the order that you weren't still doing the killing?
But to those who deserved it,
And who made you judge and jury?
you did.
I don't like what we do, Giuseppe. In fact, I despise it like a sickness. But the organization, the brotherhood, unity, justice, loyalty, these are more important even than life. We are your family. You're one of us. You have no one else.
You don't know that.
I know everything about you, Giuseppe. I know every move you make before you make it. I'm quicker than you. I'm faster than you. So long as that is so, I will know you even better than you know yourself. And I know enough to know that these time dwellers that you've grown so attached to will care nothing for a half-breed ferret who doesn't know anything about life except how to take it away. Now stop this charade. When will you make the tag? Did you hear me?
I heard you. The tag will be made before the new moon.
Excellent. You can put that away now, Blitz. I know every move you make before you make it. Quicker than you, faster than you. And so long as that is so, I will know you even better than you know yourself. Where are your wedding clothes, Giuseppe? It's getting late.
I examined the dagger carefully, noting my own blood on the blade. I'm through with this game. So you think you're quicker than me, Anthony? You think you're faster? Bring it on.
Anger. Hurt. Pride. Insecurity. Your heart is heavy, Jason Anderson.
She's a telepath. She reads me and fights mine to test his worthiness.
Just as your parents disappointed you. So
You deny yourself.
But you must break that cycle.
Annihilate your ego.
It is only an illusion.
Invented by men to justify invisible boundaries. To justify war, theft, and slavery. What is truly yours, Jason Anderson?
You cannot take your property with you.
Even your own body has a will of its own. And it too will be left behind long after you are gone.
This is stupid. I mean, I have a personality.
And you think this is what makes you unique? You think you own these superficial qualities?
You lie, Jason Anderson.
It is all an illusion. The clothes you are wearing were not determined by your personality. They were determined by what you brought with you on your trip. But these are choices with options that are not determined by you, but by the powers that be. To free your mind, Jason, you must stop lying to yourself. Who you are is not a matter of personality or preference or taste. Who you are is a matter of choice. Free your mind, and the rest will follow.
This is the essence of the way.
Forgive me, Father, for I've sinned. It's been 28 days since my last confession.
And what is your confession, my son?
Peter Cardone is dead.
And is Digger consented to this?
The digger assigned to him did not give the order.
But you felt this particular action appropriate. How could you be so stupid? Peter Cardone is a glider. How do you even know that he's dead? That he didn't slip away before this supposed death?
He didn't have time to slip away.
He's a ferret. He has all the time in the world.
Cardone had no time to glide into the next world. I've seen his body.
You fool! His body means nothing. It's his mind you should be concerned with. What if Cardone knew your plan? What if somehow he discovered what you were up to and decided to willingly sacrifice his body to free his mind, to watch you, to haunt you, and to wait for the precise moment to extract his vengeance upon you? Our kind have coexisted with the human since the very dawn of mankind. Some have used their abilities to become masters of men, some their guardians and protectors, heroes even, while others steal the greatest tyrants history has known. But we're all still mortal. In the end, we must all part with our bodies. Our kind merely learns to accept this. For all these many years, I've continued the tradition of basilisks of this order. I've even glided into the future to determine the outcome of every crucial decision I would ever have to make. It is dizzying, the future. So many possibilities, so many pathways. Many of my forefathers got lost in the future and could not find their way back. I'm one of the few remaining who know anything about the art.
You know what? I've had about enough of this. Peter Cardone is dead. He's not in this room watching over us right now. He was just some punk kid on the verge of discovering about himself what we all discovered sooner or later.
Perhaps you're right, my son. Perhaps I've become paranoid after my many years. But I do know this one thing. The digger whose determination you challenge must be put in check. You cannot afford for him to know the truth.
I know. Gimbel's been watching him for some time now. He conducted an unauthorized dig on Cardone and he learned some things about us, about Linda that we didn't intend. Peter Cardone is the least of our concerns. I believe it's this ferret that poses the biggest problem to our business.
So where do you come from? Looks like everyone got their food. It's coming up pretty soon.
No, I'm just joking. I live on.
Great, thank you.
Great.
So,
You guys enjoying food? Excellent.
yeah.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Speaking of food, please, Jennifer. Watching's making me tired. Sit down.
Yes, please, Mrs. Steen. We all must take time to celebrate even the little victories.
Does she always talk like this?
Like what?
Before you even try to answer that, Carla, let me go ahead and say it.
Yes.
That's not fair. She's cheating. I told her no psychic powers at the table.
Come on, Giuseppe. Lighten up.
Yeah, lighten up, Giuseppe. We haven't said anything all night. Jason changed his ways, and all you can do is sit there and act like somebody just died.
Sean, wait. Let me go.
Giuseppe, wait. Giuseppe! That dude has some serious issues. What's for dessert?
Sean, I think you should apologize to him. I mean, I thought this was a little weird too when you first told me about it.
Let go of me.
I want to talk to you for a minute.
I said let go of me.
You are a strange man, Giuseppe Jones. Why do you hide from us?
This is a game to him. He's toying with you people.
This isn't a game, Giuseppe. Souls are dying out here each and every day, and there's nothing that can save them. Religion can't do it. Politics can't do it. The media can't do it. This is their only chance.
Karma, you don't understand. There's so much more to this world than the picture Emmeric is painting. Even I don't understand it all, but I know much more than him. And if you truly read minds, you would know this.
You know something. I can see it. That's why you won't let me touch you. You're afraid I might discover your secret.
It's not listening.
Oh, but it is. I don't have to touch you to know your heart, Giuseppe. The men that you've killed, the loss of your mother, the cruel father who even now haunts your steps. We are not all charlatans, Giuseppe. In fact, there are only two charlatans among us, a digger and a dagger. But this should mean much more to you than it does to me, since you've been to so many places and seen so many things. Wake up, Giuseppe Jones. The world is not what it seems.
Am I interrupting something?
No, I was just about to leave.
I could come back.
Only apologize if it's sincere.
She's got to learn to start respecting people's psychic privacy. It's like my brain's walking around naked or something. Now I got to invest in some psychic clothing just to keep this system from peeking all up in my mental, man. Here, you want some scotch?
Don't drink.
Now I know the brother's lying. How you gonna be a cook and don't drink scotch? Have some, I insist. It's good stuff.
Tastes good, but I can't.
What's wrong, man? You alright?
Emmeric, Karma! Hurry up! Something's wrong with Giuseppe!
I figured that I would question Jennifer, get a sense of how well she knew her husband. For what better indicator of a man's character was there, besides the woman he chose to marry?
I'm gonna go up and do some work. Okay.
Why don't you sit down a little bit? I'm gonna take a break. Being at this computer screen all day.
I'm from Cincinnati, and I was working as a waitress there. No. I thought I would be if I met a star like that, but no. I was very comfortable around him.
Was he obnoxious?
No, he was perfect gentleman.
Perfect gentleman. And you knew who he was?
Oh yeah, I knew who he was. I waited on him. It just seemed like we clicked for some reason, even though, you know, he was a star, and I would think every girl probably thinks that about guys when they meet a famous guy.
You weren't intimidated?
No, not at all. He's very down to earth.
Did he come in by himself?
No, the first time he came in with a couple of friends, but every time after that, he was always by himself. He just always knows the right things to say. Like, whenever I'm upset, he just knows, even though I try really hard to hide it. And he knows how to make me happy. He knows how to comfort me. And he would always come and sit in my section, and we'd talk and talk.
What did he order?
Porterhouse extra rare every single time.
Is he a good tipper?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
I think the biggest tip was when he asked me out.
It's good that he has you in his life.
I don't know what I'd do without him either.
You guys act like you guys have known each other your whole life. You know, Sean.
Well, not quite that long, actually. It's been almost a year. We're still newlyweds.
Wow.
But it feels like we've known each other for forever, you know?
You guys have like synergy. Magic. You guys gonna start a family?
Someday, yeah. He says right now isn't a good time, though. We can't understand why.
I dream of having a family one day.
Yeah. Me too.
If I was the dagger, the one to do the killing, and not the one to determine whether or not Sean should be murdered, who was the digger? I had to find out.
Are you afraid?
What are you talking about?
Can you answer the question honestly?
You've never loved anyone, have you?
Yes. Then I wake up.
You know, it's funny. Just the other night I had a dream. I was drowning. There were these two little girls there. I'd never seen them before. I remember hearing my heart pounding in my ears, and the water was swirling all around me. Then suddenly I saw my body floating at the top of the water. I thought I was dead. But you know, they say if you die in your sleep, you never wake up. I woke up next to Jennifer, drenched in a pool of sweat. I didn't tell her about the dream. You know why? It was just a dream. I used to look at life that way, you know, like it was just a dream. So what's the point in being scared? And what's the point in trying to wake others up if they're content to be asleep? Then I met Emmeric.
Who's Emmeric? He's just a man. Y'all treat him like he's some sort of guru or something.
For most of my life, I've been in the business, traveling around the world, taking on various roles. studying characters, picking and choosing who I liked. It's almost like playing God, really. A God who lives by lying to himself and to others. But once you've lied all your life, then you can see lies everywhere.
What's the point?
What are you talking about?
He really has you, Sean. He really got you fooled. You think Emmeric's stupid? He has an organization to run. You're his prize pigeon. I can see that now.
You don't believe in chaos, Giuseppe. I know this to be true.
How can you know what I believe? I know I've been living a lie. I'm tired of acting. I want to be real. I want you to be real.
So now what? She wants a divorce. But I'll get partial custody, weekend visits, summer vations. You know, you're lucky, Sean. You did it the right way. You didn't cheat. You stood up for what you believed in.
Yeah, well, Devin's still filing the suit. He's gonna wipe me out. He's gonna take everything I have.
Yeah, well, I'd switch places with you any day.
What's that supposed to mean?
I mean, I'm losing my wife and kid. Well, sort of. I get to keep my bank account. She's not touching that. Neither is Devin for whatever reason.
Maybe he feels like he doesn't stand a chance. You know, you're a Yale Law School graduate.
No. It's not that. I've got stuff on him. And I guess he doesn't want to get his nose any dirtier than it already is. The ironies of life. You know, if you're lucky, Sean, you've got your wife. You've got love. Nobody can take that away from you.
Who was this man Emmeric Sage? As far as I could tell, he seemed to be much more of a threat to the business than Sean Steen. So why did they want Sean dead and not Emmeric? Or maybe they wanted him dead too.
What we know is this. At some point along a particular timeline, a brilliant scientist designed a vessel to prove his lifelong fascination, extraterrestrial life. The scientist was convinced that at some point human history had been hijacked by some malevolent, inhuman intelligence, reasoning that no inhuman intelligence existed within normal distances of light years. The scientist and his team designed a vessel. What he created was a device that could separate his psychic being from his somatic one, his soul from his body, if you will. In fact, that vessel generated so much atomic energy that his own calculations estimated that it could propel a human being faster than light, beyond time and space.
Hi, Dr. Sage.
How are you?
Fine, thanks for asking. I admire your work very much, and especially your second book, which makes for a great read. But I was wondering, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't you state in Intolerant Destiny that time travel is impossible?
Imagine a photo. If you don't like the photo, you can retake it. You can even have all of your subjects pose in the exact same manner, but something will always be different. A gesture, an expression, even a hair follicle. Why? Because the physical world changes in an infinitude of ways by the passing of each moment. Like Jenga, to remove a single cell from an organism would change the entire organism. What good would it be to have a clone of yourself created to speak with the great artists, the great poets, the great musicians, the great souls of old? It would still not be you. The only cells that don't recreate themselves are brain cells. And the only aspect of your being that can travel through time is your mind. Because it is only your mind that exists in time in the first place. Memory is always adjacent to a fixed point in time. Likewise, true time travel must always derive from a fixed point in body. The body changes each moment, just like the photograph. Every 11 months, your physical body regenerates. A car cannot travel by sea. A boat cannot travel by air. Just like your body cannot travel by time. Consciousness, on the other hand, can weave in and out of time as efficiently as its driver wills it. So, and in fact,
Why do you take it to bed with you?
Everyone needs comfort.
Not your weapon. Your fear.
Could have killed you.
If your intent was to kill me, don't you think I would have known?
If you could read my thoughts, why bother asking such a question?
I can only read what you think. And often, the truth lies not in what we think, but in what we do. There is no great mystery in knowing what people think, only in knowing the truth.
What's the truth?
That you die every time you fall asleep.
What do you want? Why are you here?
You are in great danger, Giuseppe. Yet you think you are protecting us.
You know what I'm talking about? Emmeric's going to be shot tonight at the lecture. And I can't stop it. I can't stop the assassin. He's going to be killed. There's too many of them. He's going to be killed.
What does it matter to you whether or not he lives or dies?
Because we have something that he wants.
I don't want anything.
Your kind are taught against attachment. And yet isn't the striving for unattachment an attachment in and of itself?
You don't know me.
If I know what you want, Giuseppe Jones, that is all I need to know. Because after all, there is no you. Only strivings, struggles, projections, perceptions. We are what we want, Giuseppe Jones. And so herein lies the answer to Karma's question.
You have seen the future, Giuseppe Jones. Your future, not Emmeric's. You are here because of your own choice, not mine, and not his.
Emmeric will die tonight if you don't listen to me. You may be psychic, and he may be, well, whatever it is that he is. But I know something you do not. Things I can do that neither of you can do. Based on that, I know that I'm right.
But how do you know what we know and what we do not know? Karma, hand me Giuseppe's weapon.
It's not by accident we met, an incident I won't soon forget. In about an hour or so, I'm gonna have to go. If I see you again, could this be the end? 'Cause it's burning a hole in me. Life is but a mist. What's the meaning of this? This could be our destiny. Do you ever wonder? Your red tail light shining on my face as your car pulls out of the drive. At night I stare at my ceiling as the lights flash on my walls. Do you ever wonder? Do you ever wonder if in heaven we meet? Could you save me a seat at the table by your side? And we'll laugh and we'll sing about things we've seen and the shadows that pass us by. Do you ever wonder? Do you ever wonder? meet, could you save me a seat at the table by your side? And we'll laugh and we'll sing about things we've seen in the shadows that pass us by. Do you ever wonder about me? Do you ever wonder?
He touched me. Indeed. In a game of chance, who do you think has better odds? A psychic or a time traveler? Is it better to know the future or to be able to go back and change it an infinity of times? Ask yourself, Giuseppe, if you knew what I knew, would you have left your gun out for karma to have touched you?
But I can go back and change it. Keep it from happening.
Perhaps. But the question is, would you want to?
What was the Steppenwolf document? Was it even real? What did Emmeric know that I did not? Was he too a ferret?
His name is Emmeric Sage. We suspect that he's the ringleader of the organization. He has no criminal record, but his banking activity, both domestically and overseas, is considerable. He claims to have accessed a document penned by an individual named Steppenwolf. He intends to make this document public, but at all costs, this must be prevented. Your assignment is to keep Dr. Emmeric Sage from ever troubling us again.
And this man? What is to be done with him?
All we have is a name, Giuseppe Jones. There is no record of him. No IRS records, no SSN, no birth certificate.
Do you think he is EAB?
His MO is inconsistent with their protocol.
He could be rogue.
Let's hope not, for your sake.
And if he is?
Then terminate him with extreme prejudice.